Hi guys, Mike here again. Welcome back. Thanks for joining me. I'm doing a video here on FortAdPays. I haven't been online for a couple of weeks now with any updates because not a lot seems to have happened. It's still going through its paces. It's still paying. It's still performing as it's always done. The only thing is that the earnings on each pack has been very slow. The reason for that is because FortAdPays is going through a transition period where they're moving from the from a $1 pack, should I say, to a $10 pack. Okay, now a lot of people keep complaining, saying that the earnings have been really slow, and yes, the earnings have been slow. I'd have to admit that, but the reasons for the earnings being slow is because people are no longer buying $1 ad packs. And main reason for that is that you can't. You can only buy $10 ad packs. Okay. Now there's good and bad in this. Is the good thing is that people were able to get in by paying $1 per pack, so it's more accessible for more people to get on board. But now the actual bar has been raised to $10. Now, I suppose you can view that as a bad point, but the good point is that whereby we was on $1 ad pack for the last few months, and it was earning anything up to 1% on a daily basis. But now we're going to the $10 ad pack. We're now moving to 130%. Okay. Now each pack is going to mature at 130%. So, for example, look, if you buy a $10 ad pack, you will then see it mature at $13. Okay, and if you buy $100 worth of ad packs, you'll walk away with $130 at the end of the day. So that's how things are changing. It's just that FortAdPays is evolving. It's having to change. It's having to restructure itself. Because as any business does, you've got to change and move with the times. It's according to how the land lies. You've got to actually facilitate the business and make sure that the business is adaptable and can conform to whatever the landscape is from a business point of view. So that's what FortAdPays are doing, which is why things have been slow. Now, as things start to evolve and everybody's buying more and more $10 packs, you will see things start to speed up, and that will happen fairly quickly as more people start to get on board and start to replicate this whole process. So that's where FortAdPays stands at the moment. It is still up and running, as more as we can say for some other Revs shares out there, the biggest of whom you will probably have heard, trafficmonsoon, is in a particularly worrying position as far as the SEC having closed it down, and so all we can do is wait on the sidelines and see what transpires there. Fortunately, FortAdPays is not in the USA and therefore not under the jurisdiction of the SEC. So that's a good position to be in. There's been some other companies like Maps, which probably had a little bit more foresight, and they actually withdrew from the US last year. Although they actually started and were based in the US, they got out there and are now based in Europe. So they obviously had their ears to the ground and acted accordingly. But yes, what else can I report on FortAdPays? It's moving along very nicely. It's growing, which is a good thing, as all businesses should do. So this is going to be a very short video because there's not really that much to report other than the new $10 ad packs for it. But please bear in mind that FortAdPays has a long way to go. It's been around for quite a while, actually. Let's have a look, see what we can report on FortAdPays. Let me get back in here. Right, let me get a little information on FortAdPays as far as Alexa is concerned. Here we go, and we're doing fairly well considering the slowdown and considering all the hiccups that FortAdPays has had. It's still doing very well as far as Alexa is concerned. It has a huge membership base. I'll take you through some of the stats in just a second, but I just wanted to show you this as far as the resilience of FortAdPays as a company. Look where it stands as far as the Alexa ranks is concerned, and its position has actually gone up 399. These are basically positions as far as traffic is concerned on a global basis. So they're doing very well, very well. And these are the countries. Now, this is something that I've covered in one of my previous videos. These are the countries where FortAdPays is very popular. Okay, that's where most of the traffic comes from. So we've got a huge, being a Spanish-based rev share. It's based in Mexico. It's 5.5. In Venezuela, 7.9. And we all know they're having a hard time in Venezuela at the moment. Colombia, 4.3. And of course France 6.4 and Spain 25.8, which is what we would have expected. If we go over here, we can see some other countries. We've got Colombia, which is another one, 4.3. The majority of whom are Spanish speaking. Now, because it's been around for quite a while, its reach is actually spreading, and it's actually encroaching on a lot of English speaking countries. Because don't forget, we've got the whole of the USA that hasn't hardly been touched, Canada hardly been touched, the rest of Europe, which has hardly been touched at all. Now, some of the other countries who are great fans of things like rev shares, countries like India, which is a huge country, huge population, that hasn't even hardly been touched at all. So what I'm trying to say is that the scope for new business and spreading the name of FortAdPays has got a huge potential. So we're in the right place here with FortAdPays. Now, as soon as FortAdPays goes through this transition, then we will start to see the real effect and where this business can actually go. Now, I was going to show you some of the stats here. Here are some of the stats. Where are we here? Right, we've got the payouts, FortAdPays payouts. Okay. Now we're looking at well, we've got so many. Let's overcount. A million is 6 digits, isn't it? So this looks like $16 million that it's paid out. Let me repeat that: $16 million that FortAdPays has paid out to its members. Okay. And as well as the 26 million in commissions. With members, we've got 270,000 members at FortAdPays. Now this is a huge company, okay guys, big business. Advertising is one of the, well, is the biggest, what can I say? It's the biggest interest online is advertising, and that's set to grow. This is a huge part of the internet. Is driving advertising online, and it's set to grow on a huge scale. So that just gives you a very brief rundown on where we stand with FortAdPays and where it has to go. So for the guys who notice that their earnings are a little bit slow, please bear with it. Things are being done in the background. You may have known that there are some anomalies with the site whereby it sometimes slows and then it picks up again, and then you may have a bigger payment than you had the day before. This is because they're working in the background. Rather than shut the site down for a predetermined number of days and people are going to start worrying and panicking and whatever, they kept the site up. People are still earning, albeit slower, but the changes have been done in the background. I've repeated this and said this before in previous videos, but these changes are still going on, guys. So just be a little bit patient. Watch as the site starts to develop. There's a lot of things in the pipeline that are coming along. Now, I've got a calculator which will help you. This is a new calculator which will help you calculate your earnings and project your earnings so that you know how to strategize and plan your strategies using FortAdPays. So on that note, guys, I'm going to call this a day on this video. I shall see you in the next video. If you've got any questions, please reach out. I'm always more than willing to help. Also, all my contact details are in the description below. I wish all you guys a fantastic week, and I shall be in contact with you, or see you guys in the next video with hopefully some more information, some more in-depth information on FortAdPays as to where we're going. Okay guys, have a great week and see you soon.